Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Next Rank YouTube channel with Johnny and Jack. Today we're going to be doing something new. We have recently started a replay review competition. Well, it's actually not really a competition. It's a replay review giveaway in the Discord for the Next Rank members. And our first victim is Hude. So Hude, congrats for winning. We're on his POV. He's teaming up with a pre-made teammate, Barmy. And they're against a pre-made team as well in twos. So yeah, if you want to get your replay reviewed on this channel, you have to buy the course. This is for course members only. And then you can look out on the Discord for the giveaway, which is going to happen every 2 weeks. So that's what this is. Anyway, let's look at some plays. We're going to be rewinding a lot more in this than we usually do. So if you don't like rewinding, this is not the video for you. If you love rewinding, you're gonna absolutely love this. But, Jack, you've spotted something early here, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I just wanted to go back and check the play again and talk about it whilst we were kind of introing this one, because I did see a nice play here. I like that we kind of wait in this this place here. By the way, Johnny, what rank is this? We should probably say that.
This is GC2.
Okay, GC2.
Oh, well, this player is GC2.
Yeah.
Peak. I actually don't know if this replay itself is GC2 or 1, but it looks
like
around GC1, GC2.
Yeah, okay, got it. Yeah, I like kind of the position here. We're just waiting for the challenge. We're not going into too early, too late. We're just kind of holding the position and covering the only dangerous angle. I think that's what players struggle a lot with at this rank in general, is recognizing what the most dangerous kind of option is. And yeah, this is a nice player. A good touch here off the backboard. I think it's we meant to hit it to the side to our teammate, or at least to safety. Our teammate happens to be there. He gets a nice touch back, and then we kind of we slightly delay our touch there. I don't know if you saw that. The opponents were a little further away, and we slightly delayed the touch, and it actually ended up working as kind of a fake. They both just went flying past the ball, thinking that we were going to touch it sooner than we did. Nice movement here to go back. I like the wall dashes. Yeah. Zero boosts to get supersonic. It's not easy. Yeah,
that's good stuff. So we do like to, when we're looking at replay reviews, not just look at the mistakes and look at everything that went wrong. It's also important to highlight good things. So Jack mentioning there, the movement is a strength. I mean, that's something that stands out as not completely common at this rank. You will not see people being able to just get to supersonic with wall dashes. So if you can do that, use it to your advantage. Make sure you keep practicing that every now and then, so you can maintain that skill and continue to work on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I like this challenge again. This is very similar to the first challenge that we picked up on in this game. It's recognizing the danger, right? The ball is moving quite slowly. The touch happens, the ball goes in the air, and Dusty's on the ball. He's taking this into kind of a slow edgeable. The danger isn't the net at this point, and Hude recognizes that, right? He's not going back to the net. He's not wasting his position. It's very strong. He just has to wait for Dusty to take a couple of more touches, and he turns right at the moment where he no longer is boosting. He can no longer get a play on the ball, and it's good timing here, because the opponent's teammate, Bud in this case, also starts going for the ball. So one challenge can take out two players, and if our teammate was a little bit quicker to kind of recognize this, right? If I was in this position, you would see that our teammate Hude in this position is going to get a solid challenge. You start turning a little bit sooner, basically. If our teammate recognized that here, we'd probably have a goal. So I think it's really good. In fact, we almost should have a goal here. Ooh, that is a very aggressive.
That's aggressive.
Yeah, aggressive, but I did not see this coming.
It's a good save, actually.
Yeah, it's a great save.
Yeah, good save.
That's funny, man. We were on the other POV, and he just came flying out of nowhere for this.
Yeah, Hude just came in from. Okay, let's see his POV on this. I mean, yeah, it's just a bit unnecessary because we're more likely to get a goal if we just let our teammate cook.
Yeah.
And then he can either score. This is totally scoreable for our teammate if he plays it well and the opponent maybe makes a small mistake.
Yeah.
It's also a position where he could at least force a bad save, which gives us a tap in. But if we go completely all in for the bump, especially when your opponent's coming in out of the roof of the net, this is really hard to hit.
It's really hard. Yeah.
Very risky, not necessary. And if you sometimes actually, maybe this is just me. I don't know if you can relate to this one, Jack, at the higher level. But if I'm air dribbling, because I'm not very good at air dribbling, I think Barmy might be. Not trying to say he's not, but if I'm air dribbling or even just going for an aerial shot in twos, especially, my teammate yells and comes bumping, then I think to myself, Oh, that just made my shot way harder because now I can't hit the bar. I can't hit the post, or otherwise we're both out of the game and they have an open net.
Yeah.
So I have to be safe. I hit a terrible shot, they get an easy save, or
Yeah.
maybe it just becomes worse. I'd rather, if in this place, if I'm the one up, my teammate to just wait behind me, because that way I can hit the bar and it's all good. Like, you know, it actually gives me more options. If I see the opponent coming in for the save like they are, just go backboard, just pop it a bit high, teammate's got an open net. So you're actually taking options away from your teammate by going all in like this, in my opinion.
Yeah, in certain like circumstances, we have to say that. Like in certain positions, you know, going for this bump is fine if we can recover quickly out of it, right? That's the thing. It's like if we're already here, or like if we're in the opponent's net already and we're, you know, by a car, yeah, by all means just flip into it, bump it out of the way if our teammate has a free shot. But doing this here where we're behind our teammate as he's about to take this shot, right? Like we're behind him here, pushing up this bump, especially when the ball is actually moving quite slowly, it's kind of dangerous because, like we said before, the opponent is going for an in and out save here. It gets very awkward to bump them, right? They're very, like, their car is extremely, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very thin, right? Because the way they're angling their car, it makes it very hard to bump them. We even get contact. Difficult. We even get contact. And you'll see that a lot of the time, it just doesn't, like, you have to hit them so square on. And by the way, even if you hit them square on, because they're moving in the exact opposite direction, half the time, you'll get the bump on them. But because you've not got enough momentum, they've also got high momentum going from the roof of their goal. They're going to bump you into the save. So it's so basically, long story short, actually no, long story long. You just don't go for bumps when your opponent is going for these types of saves. When they're driving up the roof of the net, it's so
or the post as well. Would you recommend that as well? Is that difficult?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's really difficult because they've done well. They've got an angle. They've got an extra angle to jump out of. Momentum makes it harder. You can go for bumps if they're on the ground. When they're doing this, it's really hard, seriously.
Or if they're backwards, maybe, and you know, sort of sideways,
backwards,
they're just
sideways,
a free target. Yeah, stationary.
Yeah,
but you know, good save nonetheless.
Absolutely,
and
great
the
save.
Opponents to convert the open net, which is honestly quite shocking. I mean, that's just confidently struck as well on the open net. So well played there. But yeah, when we're playing 2v2, another thing that we have to think about is kickoffs. We're both in parties, our opponents and ourselves, so you can expect the opponents to try to have some kind of synergy with their kickoff. We can attempt to have some kind of synergy with ours. It seems like all the kickoffs for now are pretty standard, so I would like, of course, to see more variety there, and that's a big 50-50.
Yeah,
that's a bump, a safe bump. Yeah, they're fighting back with their physical plays of their own, but as you can see, that one's just a lot easier to land. It's a lot less all in, and our teammate very precariously positioned, not ready to play the ball if we 50 a mid like we did. So yeah, lack of synergy on both of us in this position.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit, it's just risky. I mean, this player here, our teammate Burmy, he did well. He did very well to force these touches, to go to the corner, because that's the safest place in Rocket League, basically. At least in defense. We love the corners, right? There's no angle towards net. And we have to use that. There's no angle towards net. In fact, we create the only possible danger by going for this ball early. We speed the play up, right? We want the ball to be moving slowly, staying in the corner. As the defense, that is what we want, right? Because we start moving in at Supersonic, we're moving very fast. We're about to 50 this ball. We're also 50 this ball, you know, quite like, we're going very high on it. We're not getting a solid block behind the ball, right? We're blocking, you know, we're not blocking enough of the ball, basically. And that just opens up this kind of pinch to happen almost. We're basically using the car as a ramp almost to force it to the side, and it gets very awkward from there. So what we want to do is we just want to chill out, right? Our teammate does a good job to force the ball to the corner. Drive slower at it, okay? Drive slower at it. Take a little bit of a wider angle, right? We cut the angle off completely that we're driving into this ball at. You know, we're going very kind of side on, covering the mid here. But the opponent doesn't have a teammate in the midfield, so it's not a danger, right? We just have to make sure we stay as much behind the ball as possible and 50 it from this position here, okay? Then you're blocking as much of the ball, and you're going to 50 it to the side over in this safe space over here. And you'll probably get a free ball, to be honest. This teammate will carry on this momentum using 100 boost. This player will turn. I think this 50 would probably go into this area, and your teammate would beat them here. So you just want to be very careful with speeding the play up when it is moving slowly in your defensive corners, because you've got the outcome you want. You've actually changed the changed the outcome and help the other team there. Yeah. By the way, they do exactly what we wanted you to do on your bump attempts. Is if you're going for a bump, it has to be very safe, right? The player is outside of the goal. He was in this position, so this bump is very safe. If he lands it, he can get the bump and get out. If he doesn't land it, well, he can just get out, right? It's going to be very quick, nice and easy. And in this case, he does get the bump, and his teammate has an open goal there.
Okay, let's see the next kickoff and see what we're working with here. More standard kickoffs, so there's nothing wrong with that. Is leaving, again, an opportunity for exploration, maybe to add something in. I actually like this.
I love it.
In the previous play, we just gave the opponent, like you said, what they needed in the position. We gave them the volatility that they didn't have. Here, we don't do it. We don't fall for this because we know, okay, there's not really anything here, so I'm just going to let them hit this. Maybe if you're against a pro player here, you have to worry because they could just top bins that. But I think you made the correct call that this is a difficult touch, and it's probably not going in.
I don't think. I mean, I think I would do this in my rank. Like, I mean, no, probably not. I'd probably jump here because the opponents.
If that's Zen, you're probably jumping. Yeah, I'm probably just going to score that.
Quickly get up with 12 boost, but. This is really good, right? The angle is tough to score, and especially once we see the opponent. I think that's the most important thing, Johnny, is that once we see the opponent, then we know they're not up already, and the angle isn't great for them to shoot at. It's a little bit difficult. But yeah, let them touch the ball, go for the boost, and wrap around. Get the corner, and I presume we go in the air here. Oh my god, the opponent has gone for an insane.
He is up. Bump it.
Nice.
Yes.
That's really good.
That's a good bump. So, okay, we have got the physical plays as a part of our play. I like that. And this one's way better because we can, like I said earlier, get in and out, quickly bump him. It's all good if we don't get the bump. We're rotating back, and our teammate isn't going to be in a position where he's thinking, I need to really be careful here. They can just confidently strike that. So that's perfect. And that is not perfect. That is in our net. That's just the worst kickoff of the day. So unfortunately, if you're trying to go for cheating kickoffs, you do need to have a player on the kickoff who's quite confident that they can, if not win it, then definitely get a pretty solid outcome. If that's anything but. So might want to, like I keep saying, we want to add some other strategies in here so we can be less predictable, but also so we can play away from the opponent's strengths, who are clearly quite good at the kickoffs, the regular kickoffs at least.
Yeah. It looks like is that in? Oh, well, that is.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
That pinch goes in. Yeah, nice.
That's actually a good finish.
Yeah, it's a good finish. It's a good read. Okay,
read.
This is good from this kickoff. Yeah, the kickoff doesn't go our way again. I do think that we need some variety because doing standard kickoffs every time it's fine, but you can just lose games from it. You can't win games from it, but it's just pure luck. Like it is pure luck at this point because it just comes down to whoever reads not only whoever reads the kickoff quicker from the cheat. It's also just like slightly luck in terms of where this ball bounces, and this one just goes slightly backwards towards the.
He's so close.
Yeah, and like if it went slightly backwards into here. Well, great, but no one on earth has figured out how to do that every single time. Like, not a single player knows how to get it slightly backwards to their cheating player. It's just, you can't figure that out on the kickoff. So it's just pure luck in terms of these outcomes, which is fine, but maybe not every time. So this kickoff happens. I like that we jump for this ball, okay? Our teammate's going to cover the backboard, but we jump just to force something to make sure the opponent doesn't take time and go low, and it makes it awkward for our teammate. So I like that we jump here just to force that touch. And then a couple of good wall dashes. We do go for maybe one too many fall off our post, but it doesn't matter. Our teammate does get the goal. I do like this guy's movement, I will say. Hude has got very, very nice movement on the walls. I think that is an extremely important thing for you to kind of use to your advantage. Is that going to be another goal? No.
Oh, they've missed it. But it should have been another goal. It should have been for the opponents. Maybe it will be for us, but for sure, we have got so many kickoff strats in the next rank, so that you need to get in there and with your teammate, start drilling some of these strats.
Nice wall dashes.
Because you're going to benefit massively just from that one thing alone. We'd be winning this game. straight up. Oh, good challenge.
Great challenge.
And this, again, coming off some good movement. It's not just about the movement on the wall and the movement on the ground. It's also in the air. That's some nice, clean, efficient pathing. So I like that. Another little bump in the back corner. Not going all in for it. Teammate also doing well. You guys are like waiting for each other really well. I do like that you're challenging as a team. Teammate, they're not just lunging in there solo while you're getting boost. So that's good stuff.
Ooh, nice play.
We do get the goal here. A little bit of a attempt. Well, it's a reset attempt to drop the ball down.
Yeah.
And that angle change actually completely fools the goalie. So really good job.
Yeah, I like it.
Pre-flip.
We don't
this
get the
drops
reset,
the ball
but it's
down.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, still able to get the very compromised position for the goalie and get the 50-50 to score. So very nicely done.
It's very nice patience as well on this 50. This is actually very important for you guys to pay attention to, because a lot of players would just they would use their first and second jump with not much space in between. They would just flip instantly after initially jumping first for this 50. And that wouldn't, well, it might work in this position. It's a lower chance to work, because you're just going to help the opponent by actually 50ing them. We don't actually 50 them here. We technically dunk them. You know what I mean? It's a delayed 50, right? We don't hit the ball at the exact same time as the opponent. We hit it slightly after them. We let them hit it into us, and we delay our touch. We delay our 50 a little bit, and it lets us score for free. Because the opponent is sideways, they can't get much power on the ball or angle change. And in those positions, it's very important to delay your 50, because the opponent will just hit the ball into you, and you'll hit it over them. So I really like that. It was really good. Yeah, this is slightly...
It's just like a little bit of what are we doing, and then we score, so it's perfect. It's like it's great. But this is why it's important to look at what actually led up to goals. Sometimes everybody thinks, oh well, we scored, so it's good.
It's all good.
Actually,
it's not.
We should probably either go for the ball or small pads, but definitely not the contested mid boost. Even if if we could see it's ahead and know that these players are both going to miss it.
Yeah.
It's still not necessary to go for this. We can just play the ball in small pads because it's
it is. I think in all honesty, I agree with you. I think that it's a bit of a. I think it's fine.
This looks like
just
he's
as long as Burmy looks like he's getting it, but as long as one of our teammates get it, just as long as this guy doesn't get it, it's fine for us to. At times, I mean, maybe I shouldn't be saying this because maybe it's not the best advice, but at least in high rank, it's good to both players go for it, just to. Basically, one of you secure it, as long as
it's like a double commit. But it's a good double commit because you're denying it from the opponent. It's like denying the ball from the opponent by double committing just to make sure.
The issue is that maybe at this rank as well, not many players will recognize that, and then the aftermath, what they do after could be very awkward. They might think they're bumping each other, and then they position badly after it because of it. But I don't mind going for it as long as we make the decision to do it straight away. What I don't like here off this kickoff is, so we go for the kickoff. All right, sorry about that, guys. My PC just filled it with storage, but we are back. Okay, this kickoff happens. What I don't like is that we just don't make a decision quick enough, okay? We're stuck between, three options here. Whether we go back for our corner boost and just leave the play, let our teammate pressure the ball. We go for the ball on small pads, or we go for the mid boost. Okay, those are the three options, and it looks like we're kind of... we're changing our mind a lot, right? We look at the boost for a long time. If we're going to go for the boost, just flip now, because you're going to pick up speed. That's your best option. And then we just kind of carry on looking at the boost to make sure our teammate gets it. And then we turn back and we get bumped because of it. We're not committing to one path. We need to make a decision, basically, and stick with it. If we go for the boost, we're going to flip into the boost. If we go for the ball, we're going to play off the small pads. If we go back, we need to actually turn back and then flip. Okay? Those are the three things you need to do, and you didn't really do any of them, and so you got bumped. And if that play didn't just happen where the opponent gets actually the worst touch of his life straight into our teammate, he actually just passed the ball. It's a great assist. If that didn't happen, it gets kind of awkward because we're in the opponent's corner with 12 boost, not much momentum, and it's very easy to misplay from there. So we just have to be a little bit careful off of the kickoffs with how slow we're making the decision there. That's what I would say.
So that's the general advice from that moment. Because obviously that's a super specific scenario you might never be in recently, but the idea is to not hesitate.
Yeah. This one we don't hesitate. yes, it's easy to not hesitate because we really only have one option from here.
Yeah,
right?
it's quite clear.
It's very clear, but we need to do that in every kickoff, right? Even when there's multiple options, we need to get better at assessing which one is the best. Or sometimes it's not even about which one is the best, because making a not perfect decision, but still a good decision, making that decision quickly with confidence is better than making quote unquote the perfect decision late and with not much confidence. You're going to be better off just sticking with something. Picking something and sticking with it. Yeah, nice play.
Oh, boo. Oh, let's see, a good challenge by Dusty.
Yeah, that's weird from Dusty to cut that play off. Man.
Yeah. It is a bit cringe. But yeah, good try. I like that you actually had a good bounce there. Oh my goodness. Well, okay, that 50 could have gone better, but it does get away from it's actually, this is very common.
Yeah, let's talk about this because it happens all the time at this rank. Even though it's not
all the time.
Even though it's not us, here let's just talk about it. We're just not covering anything that's dangerous here, right? We have we're covering the left side of the pitch with this 50, okay? Because we're contacting the ball on the left side of the ball. So it's never going to go to the left, where the left side is actually the safe place. Okay, so we're placing this ball basically into the only danger. This 50 can just pinch in, all right?
Good on that, yeah.
This can go in, okay, if it happens slightly differently. And it can also just go straight mid to our opponent, which is exactly what happens. If he's quicker and reacts with a side flip here a little bit sooner than he does,
oh my goodness, it's close.
It's close, but it's hard. But if this, if this ball had a little bit less pace, or if it was a little bit more in this direction, going into this position, he just scores probably. So we just have to be careful with going for 50s in these positions. If we do it, especially when our teammate is in front of us, okay? This is like, this is territory of like, our teammates in front of us. Unfortunately, we've already got the opponent going for the Sports Supersonic. Chances are, it's 100% chance, they're going to jump. They're going to jump and flip into this ball. Like, every player at this rank will jump and flip into this ball, or at least jump into the ball. So in this position, once you see this, you should actually just turn away, okay? You should turn down the wall and move like this. And you react off this touch. You turn back like this, and then you 50 it in this position. It's a much safer position. You're covering more kind of this dangerous angle, and it's going to be better. It's really hard to react to that at this level. I understand that, but these are the types of things that we have to think about. This is just dangerous 50. Turn away from it. You can let the opponent touch the ball into the corner and then react from the touch and get a 50 later on. But yeah, this is just very dangerous. The other issue is, like, people might be thinking, okay, well, if the danger is, this position and the right side of the pitch, why can we not jump off this wall and like really push out with our car and cover the right side and flip into it? Well, unfortunately, because our teammate's not back, the left side is also a danger. If we 50 this ball and we're not back, the opponent will just 50 it through, it'll roll around, and it's just an open net. So we basically just can't take a 50 in this position. I think that is the most important thing to note. We have to just back away and react from the touch from there.
So we have to be able to either recover, which the fake challenge would do, or stick to the ball and
you have to get
have more
50.
touches.
It's like, it's like, it's very hard to do in that position. Why so many people pre-jumping from...
that was a really, really weird pre-jump, and we've cleared it, unfortunately, which is...
we're on the wrong perspective.
Happens. We are on the wrong POV. But Hude, let's see what he's doing.
I think he got a nice
These pre-jumps are wild. That's a demo. This guy's pre-jumping. He probably doesn't know the demo landed, but either way, that pre-jump is not the greatest because the recovery is very slow. And yeah, maybe could have been a goal. Happens, the self-clear.
Yeah. Nice movement.
I don't hate that we're working on these mechanics. I mean, it is a good rank to be practicing these skills. Okay, this is interesting. We need to talk about that 50 because we've been criticizing 50s in this kind of area all day. And people might be wondering, why do we like this one? But the reason is all about where the opponents are. This guy coming in, Dusty, is 50 in the ball very similarly to what we had before. The difference is now our teammate is back. And the opponent's on zero boost. And we know all that because we saw it happen. So we can comfortably 50 this mid with full knowledge that our teammate is going to be first to it in the vast majority of scenarios. And even if we get the worst possible 50, which does sometimes happen, our teammate's probably going to be fine because he's got a boost advantage.
Exactly.
Not going to be an issue. So this is a big upside to doing it and very little downside compared to earlier where it might just go in our own net and it's undefended. Huge downside, very little upside. So that's the difference here and why this one is good. And I like that we're even kind of losing it towards our teammate to make it as easy as possible.
It's really good. And the other slight difference is the position of the car. It's not much, but it makes the entire thing play completely different. If we were in this position, we can still do this. We just have to be careful with, again, pinching this ball really fast into our net. But because we're not on the wall, we're on the ground here, we do have slightly more of the right side of the pitch covered, right? As we jump for this ball, it's really small, but small differences are, they are the differences in 50s in Rocket League, because
it's like a small difference in positioning is a big difference in outcome.
That's
like
exactly what I meant to say.
The range of outcomes that we need to worry about is now not as dangerous.
But yeah, the most important thing, like Johnny said, if our teammate was here, we have to play this 50 a little bit more carefully, because our opponent can just turn here and get this maybe if it was to bounce mid. But because our teammate is behind us, it makes it completely safe. And not even safe, it makes it the best play, right? Because now we give our teammate a 1v1. This happens a lot. It happens even in pro play, Johnny, right? This type of 50 here, where the opponent, this is a mistake from Dusty, it's just slightly aggressive. You can win this 50, but you can't jump at it like this. You have to be very, very central to the ball. And it's very risky to go for. Easily punishable into a 1v1 attempt from the teammate, which is exactly what happens. So yeah, if our teammate had a bit of a better kind of shot there, we probably just score.
Yeah, I know we're not talking about the teammate as much, but since it is a pre-made, well, obviously this is replay, but I would have liked to see more like angle from the teammate on that first touch, because first touch has been one of the things in the next rank course, which has been the most helpful for a lot of members. Just thinking about what kind of first touch we want to create as many options as possible. So things like ball that's bouncing nice and high, but more importantly, creating an angle. So here, it's not even just about the first touch, it's about the timing of the first touch, because we've got so much time, we can actually just wait for this ball to roll a bit further and then cut into it more harshly to create a bigger threat. Because the goalie's zero. The goalie is screwed here if we play this right. We have all the options in the world if we get a nice bounce, but unfortunately we don't do that. We kind of rush our touch, and now we just have nothing. It's rolling, and we can still score this, but it's harder, way harder, and a lot more telegraph what we're going to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we need to create angle on our 1v1 attempts. Not even the 1v1 attempts, on any attempt in where we're dribbling, we have to create an angle towards the net. Okay, have to is a strong kind of phrase. Most of the time,
very helpful.
It's helpful.
Big difference.
Right? Yeah, like sometimes, if you have the opponent absolutely scrambling back, attacking through the center of the pitch is completely fine. When the opponent is back, but they have space between you and the opponent, that's when you create the angle. Because you wrong foot them, you make them awkward. They're backwards. They're trying to cover the net, so they're going to turn like this regardless. Okay, so if you let this ball roll a little bit more, okay, even if you get an extra touch into this position, this area here, they're going to turn like this anyway. So you've all of a sudden wrong-footed them, and they're very, very awkward. And you just have more options. You can flick, you can fake, because you have the angle that they actually have to cover. You can low 50, which acts kind of as a fake as well. You can power shot off of a volley or a half volley. You have about 5 options there. Whereas if you cut in like this, you have 2 options, or
you got flick or maybe pop bump. Is a good one.
Edge or bump, maybe a 50, but the 50 is so easy to cover. Like it's really.
Which we still, I would still back the player to score, even if they do that. Even if they still only have the flick or the pop bump, because the position is so good for the attacker and the defender is on low boost, I'd still say, okay, you should score that.
You should score.
But why make it harder? Why not just make it as easy as possible?
Yeah.
Because we can score, but we could also just have, instead of, like Jack said, I think it's the important thing is we're threatening 5 things instead of 2.
Yeah.
And adding a small angle instead of just coming straight at the opponent. We'll do that.
Absolutely. And I just want to say as well that the defender actually does a very good challenge for what this play is.
He does, yeah.
Like we can score this a lot of the time if the defender slightly misplays, but he actually doesn't misplay at all in terms of what your play or what your teammates play. It's Burmy here. What Burmy's play is, he actually just does a perfect challenge. So a little bit of a mix of not great offense, but also great defense. And it doesn't end up in anything. Just be careful with stuff like this. We don't need goals. I think, one, that's the most important thing, okay? If we want to pass this ball, it has to be along the ground, right? We need to kind of make sure it doesn't go in the air. And also, in general, it's actually just risky to pass this ball because the opponent is, I think it's this guy here, because he's coming at the play from this angle, it's quite likely that he actually just cuts in if he sees that the teammate is waiting for a mid pass. At least in higher ranks, you'll just get punished for it.
Yeah.
And obviously, we are trying to aim to get into the higher ranks. So at certain times when we rank up, we're going to get punished for stuff like this. We just have to we have to play it slower. Don't wall dash. Your movement is very, very good. Not only are you already supersonic, okay, so you actually don't need to wall dash in this position. Like you're going fast enough as it is. Wall dashing, if you were trying to pick up speed, picking up speed here is the worst thing you could do. You don't need to go faster. You're going to put yourself ahead of the ball, which is exactly what happens. You've all of a sudden put yourself into one option. One option. You have to now pass this ball. Right? You're to the side of it. You can slow down, but then you get awkward because you're on 0 boost. You can't pick up your speed again. So really, you want to be staying behind the ball. Great touch here. This is fantastic.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Wait for the ball to bounce. This is a great position. Jump off the ball, hit a wave dash on the floor if you want to shoot the ball first time. That's hard to do, hard to time. Just drive down the ball, let it bounce, take a shot or take a 50, right? You've got this guy. Where I was here. I was inside. Okay. Yeah. I was actually just like perfectly in his car. I couldn't find him.
Just in the car.
Okay, he's out of the play, right? Like, we don't need to worry about him. You have all the time in the world. Let your teammate go for the bump or let your teammate stay behind you. Really doesn't matter. Just take a 50, take a shot. It doesn't, which one of those things, again, kind of do your own thing. But yeah, don't pass there. It almost helps the opponents. Because you're on low boost, it gets really awkward to get out of that play. Nice touch.
Oh, good.
Oh my god. These guys, they love pre-jumping off wall touches.
What a challenge.
Yeah, it's a great challenge.
That's a really good challenge. Nice play. And they've scored. Oh dear, defensively, we were not able to stop the play. This is a really good challenge.
It's a good challenge.
He's perfectly hidden behind the car as you go up the wall, and then the ball as he's challenging. So a bit unlucky that we didn't see him for more than a split second there. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. Because we talk a lot in the course about hiding behind the ball when you challenge, but that's not really as much of a factor when we're talking about massive pre-jump challenges like this. You kind of just assume that the opponent knows you're up, and maybe they can communicate you're up because the teammate can say so. Still, though, that is an insanely good challenge, and like, honestly, a bit unlucky for you that he is directly behind the ball.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, look, it's a fantastic challenge. I think it's hard to read. I'm going to be annoying and still say that we probably should go for this play given the amount of time left in the game and the score, right? We're 5-3 up. So the only danger here is if the opponent pre-jumps and dunks us. I know that's easy to say in hindsight, but it's actually something you need to think about in the game. The only danger here that could possibly get us scored on or lose possession from this position here is if the opponent pre-jumps and dunks us. So we have to at least make sure that isn't happening until we jump off the ball. Once we can verify that the opponent's on the ground and no one's in the air, we can then jump off and make our play if we want to. There's still questions about whether we should do that, but at the same time, you're trying to improve. Going for these types of plays make you improve, so that's fine. But we're still also trying to win this game. We have to make sure the opponent's on the ground before we jump, or at least he's not up straight away, and then we can go for this play. This is just slightly early of a jump because we haven't made that kind of assessment, right, on whether the opponent is up, and that's what inevitably gets us scored on. Burmese doesn't take a great challenge here, but it's hard.
Position.
Yeah.
Did he matrix every small pad on the way back? Okay, he actually gets a couple.
He didn't do great. He's more focused on the ball, so it's understandable. Yeah. But yeah, he could have got a couple more for sure. He should just cover
still
low,
tough
obviously.
Position, though. Awkward. Would you like to,
it's hard.
Sorry, you go on.
No, sorry. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, would you like a ceiling shot? Because I know your ceiling shot, you think ceiling shots are underrated. What do you think about here?
I think it's hard to get this ball into a ceiling shot. The ball is
or like a ceiling reset, maybe, if not a ceiling shot. Instead of slow air dribble.
Like touch and then go to the ceiling. Yeah, I do like that. Yeah. It gives you a couple more options. It speeds the play up, which does help against pre-jumping players. What you can do is, if you're concerned about an opponent pre-jumping but you don't have time to check, you can just assume that they are, right, and make a play that kind of gets around that regardless of whether it's happening or not. And maybe a higher touch or a quicker play helps with that. Yeah, maybe. It's quite hard to do that. I don't mind the type of play he goes for because the first touch is great, right? This first touch
It
is
is
perfect.
good, yeah.
It's just
it was actually really
it's just
good,
not
but we
good
just get-
in this instance. That's the issue. So I think the play is fine. It's just the timing of the play and also the going for the play in general in that position.
Yeah.
The actual mechanics of the play, I think, is really good. And it's, in all honesty, I don't have any issues with this guy's mechanics. I think they're slightly higher level than his rank is, very slightly. I think is okay.
Whoa! The timing of it.
Why have you got to?
That's really unfortunate timing, but hey, it happens. And actually, if you've come to learn how to fix that problem, you're absolutely in the wrong
In
place.
the wrong place.
We can't help you.
We can't
That's
help
just
you.
something
Yeah.
that is gonna, you're just gonna need to put up with for the rest
We
of the
can't help you with this,
no,
though.
we've choked. Yeah, this one, it looks like we might just be thinking about the open end
Oh,
still
man,
because
yeah.
we've blundered massively. Yeah,
We have
didn't just rush
time,
that.
we have time,
so
yeah.
much time.
We also just used the wrong flip, man. Like we just
or
flip
why are we flipping at all?
to the
Like,
left.
We just
Yeah, we don't
poke
flip.
that
You
in.
just
A little
poke
toe
it in.
poke is probably a goal. Yeah.
But if you're flipping to the left, it's just I mean it's a mistake. It's fine. I've done that. I will do that probably today. So I wouldn't stress about it too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where it goes wrong. So this is fine. I mean, it's a slight mistake to push out, but I get it. It also it's just natural to do this. So I'm not gonna criticize too much on that. This bounce is now awkward. Okay, from here, this is where the issue is. Like we're jumping at the ball from not a goal side position, right? We have to cover the ball. We have to play the ball. We're not playing the ball. We're playing I don't know what we're playing. We're playing.
I think we're playing like a cut towards the near post, like
cut or a
flick kind of
flick.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just not playing the ball. We have to play exactly we have to play the ball. It's very
You just have to play the ball. You've got a teammate behind you as well, so you have.
We
to
also
play the
don't have
ball.
to jump
It's got to be.
instantly. We can just slightly drive out and then jump. It's just a little bit rushed in general. We need to go from the more so the middle of our goal, and that'll allow us to basically block most angles. So yeah, I mean,
Can we see teammate POV on this, and
Yeah,
it'll probably
let's
make
have
it
a
clear why playing the ball would be helpful for your teammate. Because as the first challenger in 2v2, you always want to play the ball because it makes it way easier for your teammate to know. Who's also pushed out a little bit. I think this is
I mean, at this point, this guy
he's
should
worried.
just go as well. Like,
Yeah, just double commit.
just double commit. Like it's
He's
sometimes
off the
good
line.
to just double commit. He's already on. Yeah, he's already in out of defense space, basically out of his
Yeah,
goal.
no time to react because he's driven forward preemptively, and
Yeah.
because you've not played the ball. So
Yeah.
he waits to see.
He does himself
what
no favors
happens.
as well. To be fair, but
He could just go. Double
Yeah.
commit would be better than this for sure.
Yeah.
But we also just have to play the ball, and it probably fixes this problem. Your teammate would have just hit the brakes and then chased the ball to the corner.
Yeah.
But 5-5, we're in a game. Let's see if we
We are
can
in a game.
win it in regulation.
We shouldn't be in the game.
We should have
be
won
winning.
this. We
Yeah.
should won this. We had missed a kickoff goal opportunity. Open net.
Oh, I
We
forgot
also
about that, yeah.
conceded directly into our own net off the kickoffs. The kickoffs have decided this game.
Nice challenge.
Simply. And we overall we've had our moments, 5 of them
Yeah.
at least.
Nice.
No,
Maybe
can we
this
get
is the
another one?
moment. Oh,
Well, I like
boom.
that speeding up the play.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Go on.
good. Free shot. Ah.
Another best shot.
It's
okay,
hard,
well,
it's hard. This
we
is
made
good
it into
play.
overtime,
This is
so
good
we're gonna jump to the winning goal.
Yes.
Otherwise, we're gonna start a trend of people sending us 30-minute overtime replays to review. So we're gonna go see how this one was won in
Good play.
overtime.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, we are about 30 seconds away from the goal.
Oh,
First off, let's see who wins. We're on the wrong perspective, aren't we? We are.
oh yeah, we are. You're right.
Where's our teammate? Here we are. Today. Okay, let's have a look at this real quick because it does get a little awkward. We have to stay further away. We have to.
Look at Dusty is moving here.
He is moving.
What is
he's
this? What is
on.
this?
He's on something.
Look at
He
this.
is-
Up to the ceiling. Back down.
It's hard to read.
That's a
It's
good
hard to
play.
read, but we just have to cover the loss more than we do. Okay, we're playing this very what's the word? Very.
Oh wait. Can we sorry, Jack? Can we rewind a bit? How did we get here? I
Go
know
on.
we were just gonna watch the end. We are in the end sequence, but we are really starting. Okay, this looks a little bit more. Okay. This is making more sense. Yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt. Just wanted to see a little bit more.
Yeah, it's hard. I'm gonna be really nitpicky, but once you realize you're not hitting this ball, don't try to carry on boosting and hit this ball.
Right.
Because we just waste you waste about 25 boost there. You could argue we waste about 30, 35. But yeah, about 25. Yeah, just stay behind that 50 a little bit more. We have to. We're playing to. Oh, Johnny, what's the word I'm looking for? We're
We're playing for the win. We're like
we're
very
playing for the
glass
win
half full
much. Yeah,
mentality.
optimistic. There we go. We're playing too optimistic on the 50 there. Okay, slightly aggressive, for sure. We're also not playing the ball again, right? This is a habit that we've had in the kind of closing moments of this game. We're not playing the ball. We have to make sure we're hitting the ball and not playing like the cut in or the touch. And we're actually going to get scored on kind of from that. Yeah, our teammate also made a mistake.
Yeah, he just gets a little bit caught out here and ends up in no man's land. Yeah, I mean, it is awkward, and we have left him in defense by himself, so we can't blame him. Whenever you leave your teammate in defense by himself, their mistakes are kind of free.
We're
it's
also
like
a little lazy. We're a bit lazy here. We're not looking at this player like
predictable.
I know, yeah, it is predictable. I know it's predictable because we've also seen it happen.
But we know we do know he's there. So yeah,
we know he's there. We know that the likely place he's going to turn into is to the left rather than to the right. Why is that? Because the ball's on the left side of the pitch, right?
We should be demoing him, actually.
Exactly.
We're in a perfect position to demo him.
We need to have ball cam off here, right? Yeah. We have to have ball cam off. It's not an argument. There's no debate here. Like the ball is in a safe spot. We have no play on the ball. Get this guy. Like
get him. Chase him.
If we go for him, there's no chance he can cut the angle and turn for us. If he does that, he loses supersonic speed. Right, to cut this angle turn like this, he loses supersonic. So we're going to demo him, or at least going to avoid him. Right now, this is lazy. We're not looking at anything, and we get punished for it. We would have been there to help out if we didn't get demoed. So
free ball.
It's hard because it's overtime, but we have to stay composed in these situations and go back to basics with what we're thinking about, because that's what wins in overtime. So it's a couple of things, Johnny. Not playing the ball at the end of the game. A little bit of over-aggressiveness in the corners, I would say. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, there was like multiple moments, especially back corner 50s, where we're just creating volatility where there's no danger. The opponents can't really do much, and then we're like, bam, here, I'm going to add a bunch of power to the ball, and defensive now you can get something off of it.
And offensive corners.
True, yeah,
it's a little bit both. So we definitely lack a bit of kind of experience almost in all four corners of the pitch. We have to play a bit more composed, a bit slower. But I'm also going to kind of contradict myself. I actually want him to slightly speed up in general throughout the rest of the pitch. I think he's got really good movement, and I think that's very.
He does, yeah.
I think his movement is better, and I think his movement and his mechanics are better than most players at this rank, quite easily. I think so. I think we should use that. I think we should use that. I think that we don't, sometimes we'll slow down in the middle of the pitch a little bit, and I think that we can keep our momentum up and use our kind of speed to surprise the opponents. I mean, it actually worked in one of these goals, Johnny. I think it was in maybe the second goal of the game. Let's just go back and look quickly. It happened you made the decision to do this very easily because it was almost, the decision was made for you, where this opponent was jumping at this ball. So the decision to speed this play up was made for you. But this is great. We speed the play up, we keep our momentum, because our movement, our mechanics, and how fast we can get out of places and get into places as well, is better than everyone else's at this rank. We should use that to our advantage, Johnny. Yeah,
and I think another thing that would gain a massive benefit from the fact that you are clearly a fast player, if you want to be, is your challenges in your 50s, because you don't need to. You're trying a lot to read the 50s. We saw a lot of attempted dunks, going high on 50s, trying to. That's almost like you're anticipating your opponents being faster than you, so you're trying to read what they're doing instead of just trusting your speed to be good enough and just hit the ball. Just go straight for the ball on challenges, straight for the ball on 50s. No nonsense. There were moments in the game where you played good challenges and didn't. Try to overly read things, but especially if you are a fast player, don't try to read the opponents anywhere near as much as you do. If you ever watch the fastest players in the world play, they will just go almost straight for the ball in every single instance because they know that they are just faster than their opponents. They don't need to try and read the touch or predict where it's going to go. They just play the ball, and they trust that their opponents are not going to be ready for them to hit it as early as they do.
Exactly. I mean, you're completely right. It makes the game easier for yourself. That's the thing.
It does.
Playing slightly quicker and increasing your speed, increasing how fast you can read things and react to it. It makes the game easier because you're not having to think about too many things. You know that you've got kind of 1 or 2 things you're going to do in each play, and that makes it very simple. I mean, I didn't even recognize this, but stuff like this, like we keep our speed up so well, we keep our momentum up so well, and we have great reads. Like we actually do have very good kind of like timing and angles that we arrive at balls with. It's very nice. And if we actually keep our speed here, make sure I've got the right player. Yeah, we do here. If we actually keep our speed and just carry on going quick for this ball, Johnny, we actually might score. We could shoot this ball with a flip. Maybe not. The ball's slightly close to the wall, but we at least take this player out. If we speed up here, carry on boosting.
Just go. Yeah.
Because we slow down, we don't carry on boosting. We let him 50 us. We take a great 50. It's still fine, but it could be better. You know, and I think that this play is still good, but we're not playing exactly to our strength. And I think I'd like to see that a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. That's the important thing when all of you guys watching, go to your own replays to see what you can improve on. Don't just look at your mistakes. It's very easy to be self-critical. It's very easy for us to criticize and be like, this is a mistake, this is a mistake, this is wrong, this is terrible, this is very bad. But you have to identify your strengths, what's working, and play into those as well. And since we can clearly see that the movement and the speed are advantages that we can use, okay, let's start just playing the ball in challenges. Let's start speeding the ball up in our attacks, because that's going to inherently put pressure on the opponents. And those are some small tweaks that we can make that will make the most of something we're already good at, and also start to make that thing that we're good at even more effective.
Yeah.
And we can get even better at it, more ahead of the game. Just get free rank ups. So those things strategically, I think Kickoffs are the very obvious one there. I mean, if that was a standard, if that's what a normal game looks like in terms of Kickoffs, you guys have got so many free wins on the table just by adding in a couple more strats, because you literally conceded a direct kickoff goal and actually should have conceded 2 direct kickoff goals. I think
and should have scored a kickoff
missed
goal.
Another one. Should have scored one. That, open accuracy happens, but we don't want to go too many things. I think that's a good amount of things to work on. Definitely. Would you say, Jack, if there's anything else to summarize other than play ball in challenges and 50s, speed up the play a little bit more often, and
corners,
kickoffs, be a bit more cautious in corners. That's like not just you but your teammate as well.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be everyone at that rank. Like
it will be, it's a big thing. I think that's all of the themes that are most obvious to me. But you'll know your own gameplay. You'll know if any of those, if we're talking about something that really doesn't, in your opinion, apply to your average gameplay, that was just a one-off anomaly game, that's fine as well. Don't take our word for it. You need to go and look at other replays as well. But that's, I think, the summary that I can see. Definitely.
I completely agree. Guys, that has been a very long replay review of one game, but that's what we do here. It's very similar stuff in the course as well. We talk a lot about small things, but I think people like it. I think we've had good feedback over the years of it. So we continue to hope that you guys enjoyed these kind of long analysis. Guys, we do have everything in the course that we've spoken about in this video. The link is in the description if you guys want to check it out. Check out all the other videos on the channel. Let us know in the comments. Do you enjoy this replay analysis? Would you like to see more? And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.